job's a joke you broke. Your love life's your way. It's like you'll always go.
So I'm Alex, and Molly and I are friends. And Molly loves Friends. And she's seen all of Friends. But I've never, ever seen Friends.
I've seen all of Friends multiple times.
How many seasons are there?
There's 10 seasons.
Holy
and I've seen...
shit.
and
What did I
I've
do?
seen all 10 seasons many, many times. I had all 10 seasons on VHS.
Oh my god.
Back in the day. And when I was in college...
I've seen all 10 seasons on VHS in every Goodwill I've ever been to.
Exactly. Because I upgraded and now I have all 10 seasons on DVD.
There you go.
And when I was in college, I didn't have cable, and every night I watched Friends on my DVDs. That's, like, what I did. So I've seen every episode, like, 30 times.
Nice. I feel like I did that with Sex and the City.
Yeah,
watched every episode of
true.
that.
I
But
did do that
for
too
some
for a
reason,
little
I
while.
just never, ever watched Friends. I know it was on TBS, like, in reruns at some point, or one of those channels, but...
Yeah,
just
it's on TBS every day. Still.
That's their flagship rerun show.
It is. It's on TBS probably every day. They probably do like an hour of it or whatever. Same time they do Seinfeld.
Seinfeld I've seen. My dad's obsessed with Seinfeld, and he wants to only watch that ever.
I do love me some Seinfeld.
It is really great, and I've seen every episode of Frasier, which I really love.
I love Frasier too.
And I kind of feel like these coffee shops are the same coffee shop as the one in Frasier. It looks like exactly the same set, but...
Okay, so we don't know what we're doing. We have kind of no game plan.
No.
The idea is, she's never seen the show, and I have. So we wanted to watch every episode and talk about it from the perspective of someone that's, like, crazy obsessed with Friends, with someone that has never seen one episode of Friends. And when we started the podcast, we started the first episode. And right now Rachel is in the coffee shop in her wedding dress.
Yep.
And my phone just went off.
When did this episode premiere? Because it looks like the 90s to me.
Yeah, I think 92.
92?
Mm-hmm.
94.
No.
It says 94.
Yeah. But yeah, because it was from 94 to 2004.
Wow, 10 years.
Mm-hmm. I was 5 years old when it started.
And we're the same age, roughly, so
Yeah.
we're both 5.
So
Did you watch it as a kid, or did you
I
get
did.
into it later?
So
Okay.
my sisters, well, my middle sister, is just as, if not more, obsessed with it than I am. She was the original, had all 10 seasons on VHS.
So we need to have her on as a guest at some
We should
point.
totally have her on as a guest if this ever, like,
This ever released.
gets off the ground. But she knows more than I do. She was the one that got me watching it when I was little, because she watched it from, like, day one. She was
So she watched it while it was airing.
yeah,
like,
she
every
was like
episode.
a teenager,
Mm-hmm.
so it was like a big deal for her. It was her big show when she was a teen.
You were saying this is like the first sitcom of this sort of nature.
I think so. I think it is.
Aired.
And I think that it's also, like, it's groundbreaking for all the actors, because a lot of them weren't really known before this. I'm definitely not a professional, and I have no idea. Maybe one of them is. But in my experience, none of them were famous before this.
They all look so young. Because they're
They're
all
so
actors
young.
that we know now, especially like Jennifer Aniston. She looks like such a baby. I can't even believe it.
I know. And can we talk about Joey, his hair?
Yeah. So this is one of the notes I made.
Matt LeBlanc's hair.
This uniform that he has on is pretty great.
The leather jacket.
He always is wearing a leather jacket.
I will say,
Jeans with a pretty high waist.
yeah. I mean, is the 90s. That was
Yeah.
the thing. I will say, Jimmy is my boyfriend, and we were talking today about how we hate all of the fashion going on right now.
Like
And-
contemporary fashion.
Yes. I mean, I don't hate it. Obviously, I live in my, leggings.
Yeah.
That's my life, all about it. I will embrace fashion. However, if I could go back, I'm all about the 90s fashion.
I kind of feel you on this because when I first started watching it, I was like, ugh, gross.
It's so bad. It's
High-waisted
so bad,
pants,
but it's so
pleats. Like, we're looking at it right now, and is it Courtney Cox as Monica?
good. Yeah.
She is on these, like, high-waisted khaki pants
Yeah.
with suspenders and a white ribbed t-shirt, which I owned ribbed t-shirts in the 90s.
Totally.
And, like, when you look
it,
at it, you're like, disgusting. This is stuff that you see, like, in Salvation Army now.
for real.
But it looks alright.
But it does
you
look
know?
alright. See, I think it's totally cute. If her pants were a little bit fitted,
Mm-hmm.
it would be perfect. It would be the
I feel
cutest
like she's
outfit
going
ever.
for,
I'm
like,
all
an
about
Annie
the
Hall.
suspender look. Oh, Paul the wine guy.
Paul the wine guy.
Check out those pants.
I think Paul's
His
pretty
pants
hot.
are tighter than all other pants.
We find out something about him later, but I liked him at the beginning.
Yeah.
He's an actor that's, like, super familiar for some reason.
Oh, there's a lot of that. There's a
Yeah.
lot of actors in the show that you'll see that you're like, oh yeah, they did a whole bunch of stuff later.
Why is Rachel still in this dress?
I don't know. There's a lot of continuity issues, I think,
Mhm.
in Friends. I guess continuity wouldn't be the right word, but common sense.
Yeah, it's stretched.
Like, I totally followed her through the whole stretch of I don't want to get married, so I'm going to run through the streets in my wedding dress, soaking wet,
Right.
to a coffee shop to find
This
my
is a
old
popular
friend.
90s
You
sort
know,
of theme in
That's-
movies.
Yeah, like, do it. I can follow you there. But the fact that she's, like, home and still hasn't changed.
Mhm.
Get out of your wet wedding dress.
It looks so uncomfortable and heavy.
Right? It's so heavy. That's so heavy. I didn't even think about that. It's just like that's
She's
gotta
just,
be
like,
so
carrying it
uncomfortable.
around by the skirt, like, just
Can we
trudging all
discuss
over the apartment.
Ross's major moose knuckle?
What is
going
this
on
pose?
right now?
I noticed that when I first watched it too. Like, why is he? I thought that the joke was going to be that he flops over backward or something.
Nope,
It's
he's just like
unstable.
revealing his ball sack to the world.
Oh my god. Oh, Ross. He struck me bad for some reason. I just didn't like him. Like when I first saw him on the show.
He's very unlovable. He's
Yeah.
very unlovable. There are a lot of scenes later on that make him extremely sensitive compared to the other guys, and so that makes him attractive. Like, a lot of people, like, when you ask people why they like Ross, it's because he's, like, sensitive. And
Yeah.
and he cares about your feelings, and he's very sweet. Like, he does very special, like, dates and gifts and things
Aw.
for the others.
He's
But
like
in
a former
general-
nerd.
Yeah, but girls don't like that. I was never attracted to him. I was attracted to the douchey guys.
Yeah.
Like Chandler, because he's, like, an asshole.
See, this is what I was going to say before we started recording. Molly asked me who my favorite character was, and I was like, after 2 episodes, it's Chandler.
Yeah.
He's
it's
just
totally
so-
mine, too.
He's the douchebag, but he's, like, funny. He has
He's-
a job, so he's,
yes.
like, kind of professional.
Yeah.
I know that they all have jobs. That's a point made in the show, but he looks like he has a job
Yeah,
more so than the other people.
totally.
And I really loved, I don't know if it's in this first episode or the second episode, but he's getting ready to go to work, and he says, I have to go and crunch the numbers, otherwise it won't matter that much. So that's
Yeah.
such a great line.
It's just like, yeah, I totally get it.
He has a great sense of humor just already, like in the first couple episodes. When I feel like it's kind of hurting for good laughs. I wasn't really laughing that much in the first couple
And
episodes.
that was another thing I explained before. Just the first season is a struggle, and that's just because it's a lot of their, like, first times doing
Yeah,
a
they're
serious
sort of
role. Not
setting the
serious, but
characters and
like
stuff.
a long-term role. And it's I don't know. I feel like the first season for almost all shows is just kind of a struggle. You can see the gem in it, which is why you stick with it to the next season. But in general, first seasons are all really rocky. I mean, even Broad City, I have to tell people all the time because I just got a friend of mine at work to watch it, and Broad City is my friends now. It's my everything. I look forward to it every week. I can watch each episode like 10 times, and I do. I watch it with myself, and then I watch it with my mom, and then I watch it with Jimmy.
And you watch it to see how other people react and stuff. I do that with things that I love.
Because I have to share it. I have to share it with people. I'm so passionate about sitcoms.
It's your cross to bear.
It is. But so, I don't know. The first season is tough. But you have to watch it.
Yeah, it's hard to be too judgmental. Because it's a different sort of show at this point.
Right.
It's probably pretty new.
Well, and a lot of things change, especially in Friends. And if you watch the commentaries like I have, things change.
In terms of the crew and the production and everything like that.
And their direction. Because in the first season, they have, like, directions that they planned on going with different characters. And that changes in, like, the second season once they get feedback from the audience from the first season, what they liked and what they didn't like. Like, the best example is Phoebe. Because in the first season, she's, like, hardcore hippie. Like, hardcore hippie.
Yes.
And super freak, super weird, like, just... I mean, crazy. Mm-hmm. And after the first season, you kind of see the writers tone that back a little bit, and they don't disregard it. She's still a hippie, and she's still a little crazy, and she's still out there, but they just tone it back a little bit with her wardrobe and with things like that.
Mm-hmm.
And
she has a number of, like, pigtail situations happening.
Well, she still has pigtails later. But it's just they tone it back a little bit because she just...
The moment that I fell in love with Phoebe, I don't know if it's this first episode or the second, but they're talking to Rachel about getting a job, which apparently Rachel comes from a privileged background and has never had to earn
She's
money.
the only one. She's from a rich family. Monica and Ross are from, like, upper middle class.
Okay.
Because Monica and Rachel were friends in high school.
Yes, and this was also something I didn't know that Monica and Ross were siblings.
Yes.
Until Ross was talking with Rachel about being in high school and remembering that remembering that he was Monica's little brother, and I was like, oh, I'm related.
Well, so I can give you, like, a background on how, like, their families. So Ross and Rachel, like doing well, middle class, upper middle class, and they have both of their parents. You'll meet them; they're famous. Mm-hmm. Rachel has her mom and dad. I think that her mom and dad are divorced now that I think about it. Or no, they get a divorce later on. Sorry, spoiler. But that's fine. But she was given everything. She was super rich. Or no,
probably
maybe
grow
not
up in
super
New York?
rich. But
did they all grow up in New York?
Yes.
Okay.
Joey is from a really, really, really big Italian family.
Oh, great.
His parents are still married. Phoebe was an orphan. Or not, I don't know if she was an orphan, but she was homeless.
Yeah, so when she says that thing about, she's being really empathetic with Rachel about starting off on your own for the first time and how hard that is. And obviously Rachel at this point, I don't know what their ages are supposed to be. It's kind of hard to tell.
Early 20s.
Okay, so Rachel's early 20s. And Phoebe says, I know it's hard starting out. I remember when I first moved to the city and I was 14 and my mom had just killed herself.
Yeah. So her dad is still alive, and there's a storyline with that later on. But yeah, her mom killed herself. She stuck her head in the oven. That's how she killed herself. And then she was homeless, and she, like, became, like, a street person, and there's, like, a whole fun storyline that actually goes around with that.
I thought that kind of made her character a little more interesting to me.
Yeah, it is.
Because
and
she
it
has
kind of
a
explains
capacity
her eccentricities.
to be empathetic, but has this horrible past. You know?
Who am I missing?
Chandler.
Oh, okay. So Chandler, I think he was middle class too, or no, he would be upper middle class because there's a pool boy involved in his family's history.
Yes.
So I would assume that would be at least upper middle class because we're middle class and we don't have a pool boy. But yeah, his parents are not married anymore. His dad is a cross-dresser.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
I can't wait for that.
So that's another reason why I love this show so much, and that's what I said before about how like this show is so groundbreaking. I mean, with just sitcom development, it was so groundbreaking because it introduced like so many different new ways to do sitcoms.
Mm-hmm.
But it's also like groundbreaking and stuff like that. I mean, Ross's first wife like ends up being a lesbian.
Yeah.
Phoebe's got her mom's suicide. I mean, Joey's pretty, like, promiscuous, and he does he sleeps around, and that's, like, his character is, like, he just goes around and sleeps around with all these women. He doesn't know their names and stuff like that, which, I mean, nowadays it's, like, lewd or whatever, but it's new for the time period. They don't do that in sitcoms. They don't have those kind of characters in sitcoms.
Yeah.
And then Rachel gets divorced. Ross ends up getting a couple divorces.
Oh, God. It's going to be fun.
Yeah, there's a lot of, like, sex and women power.
They do talk about
jokes.
sex. I was surprised because, I mean, I don't know if it's never seeing the show or just it looks wholesome to us now for some reason. And then they have a scene in the coffee shop where they're talking about, what were they talking about? I guess it was foreplay or something.
Oh, check out Phoebe's hair right now. So she
Phoebe
has
is wearing
pigtails.
Right. I remember doing this to my hair.
Pigtails. And then a bunch of scrunchies going down the pigtails to make like little
smaller. But that was the scene where she tells the story about her mom and Rachel looks horrified.
Yeah. Oh,
and Ross is playing a major game with her from the beginning. Like he's in with Rachel. And then I was like, well, this is aggressive. And then I realized, I figured out that they knew each other.
Yeah. I mean, it just immediately enters into the storyline of, like, the Ross and Rachel love storyline, which, like, everybody knows about.
Which is unavoidable. Yeah, you have to know that.
I mean, you've never seen the show, and you knew that there was...
I just knew their two names. I didn't even know that it was David Schwimmer and Jennifer Aniston.
Check out that dress. Oh my God.
She dresses like all my
Monica's
teachers in middle school.
She's wearing the yellow undershirt, a yellow, extremely loose sundress, which looks like my mom's nightgown, and white high-top tennis shoes.
And they're platform.
Yep. Got some high tops, and they're pure white.
Looks good.
I do love Rachel's hair, though.
She looks beautiful.
I would rock that hairstyle right now.
Yeah. She's always been beautiful, and it's weird seeing her so young.
Here's the sweet moment between her and Ross. But you see this is like a little insight into, like, he's sweet.
He shares. No, he does seem very sweet, and maybe, like, what she needs.
Yeah. And then, if you notice, she doesn't even eat the Oreo. She just, like, puts it down.
Neither of them do. I noticed that, too.
I think
that shows that I think too much about food.
No, it's okay.
Like, why are they not eating the Oreo?
I notice stuff like this all the time. I don't want to spoil anything for you. I keep wanting to, like, say little things so you don't spoil things.
It's okay.
No, it's fine. It's not important. We'll talk about it later. Just want to talk about their neighbors. So no one has pets. That's kind of disappointing. It would be nice. Did you see how high up her pants are?
They are aggressively high.
They are under her boobs.
They are empire waist. Yeah, I'm coming around to him, I guess.
Yeah, you do.
I want him to be happy.
The thing is, like, I don't...
Why is there a pie there?
Yeah. I'm not attracted to him.
No.
He's not my type. And I don't think that, like, super sensitive guys are attractive. Which is speaks volumes about me. But you do feel for him.
No, I do. He seems lonely.
Now Monica is wearing what looks like a robe.
Monica has the best outfits.
She does. Oh, this is where Rachel gets a job. So Rachel got her job.
Reveal.
The credits are on.
Should we just go through and watch the next?
Yep. Sounds good to me.
I'm just gonna let it autoplay out to the next one. Are you on Netflix
I don't
too?
think mine will, though. Mine's gonna
Okay.
stop.
So we should just
So
start
just
it at
pause
the same
yours.
time. The one with the sonogram at the end. I do remember, for some reason, the way that they title episodes is familiar to me.
Yeah.
Because so much of Friends has become part of, like, TV canon, you know?
Sure, yeah. I mean, it's popular culture. I've been trying to, like, instill that in Jimmy's daughters because it upsets me how ignorant people are these days with popular culture. And I remember when I was little, everybody was like, popular culture is important. Even if you don't like something, you should read it or watch it on TV or, like, pay attention to it. Because even if you don't like it, you don't have to watch it a million times. You don't have to know everything about it. But you want to be able to engage in a conversation if someone wants to talk to you about it. I mean, even if your point is that you don't like it, you have to, like, say, oh, yeah, I watched it. I didn't like it because of this. And so many people don't know things like Friends. And I'm like...
It's so funny, too, that you mentioned that because I was like... I say this all the time, and I think it's the funniest thing ever. Phoebe says, I wish I could, but I don't want to. And I was like, that's where this is from? Because I use that, like, every day.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, there's so many things like that.
I feel like I did that a couple times, like, this stuff...
There's
I don't know,
so
it's
many
so crazy that I didn't
sayings
notice
and
that.
things from Friends that I use every day, and everybody usually gets it. There's always these few people that don't get it. But I mean, not just this generation, but even the 80s. Jimmy's daughter, who's 16, has never seen any of the John Hughes movies.
Oh boy.
So
I need to see that.
we
Take care of that
watched-
problem.
Well, we watched The Breakfast Club. We watched 16 Candles. And we watched Pretty in Pink.
Damn.
And I'm like... And she liked them.
What'd she think?
And I'm like, yeah, because you're 16. And it's the... Like, you can relate to it.
And they have a more innocent take on being a teenager than, I guess, nowadays.
Yeah.
Movies from...
I don't know. It's pretty raunchy. I kind of felt bad because his other daughter, who is 10, was watching it with us. And I didn't realize that in Pretty in Pink, you totally see tits. And they're just like in the... Do you know which scene I'm talking about? They're in the shower and they're
when
they're
she's
looking
getting
at
ready to
the,
leave.
like, pretty blonde girl who's in the shower at the school after gym class, and it's like tits, like, zoomed in.
It's
boobs.
true. 80s movies. I think that the rules for nudity were different.
I'm just like, oh crap. That's true, because even in Caddyshack, and everybody's always, I mean, it's one of my favorite movies. I can watch Caddyshack over and over and over again. It's hilarious to me every single time I watch it. And I didn't realize there's tits in that. It's like, I want to introduce, because, I mean, again, the whole stepmom
She's gonna learn
thing.
about boobs at some point.
Right, well, and that's my whole thing. It's not like it was a dick in her face. Like, she's got
That
boobs.
would be an
Or she's gonna
X-rating.
have boobs. Right. But so, she's gonna have boobs. So it's not
How old is
crazy
she
bad.
again?
10.
Yeah, I mean, that's a little bit early, but she's gonna find out.
She's gonna find out. And I'm sure she's seen, like, her mom's, or even Hannah's. I'm sure she's seen boobs.
Yeah,
So-
and it's not like boobs are the most horrible thing
Right.
in the world.
Like I said, it wasn't a dick in her face. And I mean, on TV, they show people fucking all the
Now
time.
that I'm thinking about it, you are so right about Pretty in Pink. Because that movie is crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy. They have, like...
James Spader, because we were talking about James Spader a while ago, and he plays this, like... For some reason, in every 80s movie, there's a teenager who comes off as being 30 and lives in a mansion by himself, and his parents do something where they're never home.
Yeah.
And he's on that, and he's, like, constantly sleeping with girls.
Yeah.
I don't know why
It's
I thought that
terrible.
was so innocent.
It's totally not innocent. The 80s were so raunchy, but it's like they underplayed the raunchiness with the sweet Molly character, like,
That's true.
but they hid that shit because that's pretty raunchy. I mean, he takes her underwear. Michael Hall.
He calls her a bitch.
Yeah. They say bitch a lot. She says fuck right in the beginning of the movie. They fucking forgot my birthday. And it's like the 10th line in the movie.
And there are a lot of pregnancy subplots in 80s films. I think in every 80s film there's probably a pregnancy subplot.
Yeah.
Isn't there one in Ferris Bueller?
It's crazy.
And
I
they all
know.
seem so much older.
I want to watch that with them. I actually
That's a
just said
good one.
that.
But I
asked
watched
her.
that in middle school. At school, I watched that.
Yeah.
Which is a film about not going to school.
Yeah. They, I asked them if they watched that. They hadn't seen that. I asked them if they'd seen Weekend at Bernie's, and they haven't seen that. So
I haven't seen that.
I mean, you haven't seen Weekend at Bernie's?
No, I haven't.
Oh, we're totally gonna watch that when I come visit you.
Is that the one about the guy that's dead?
Yeah. And it's
Okay.
hilarious.
See, I know about
It's
it,
so
but I've never
funny.
seen it.
Have you ever seen My Cousin Vinny?
No.
Oh, we gotta watch that.
I have a bunch of holes in my movie watching.
I'm in 80s movie horror. I have seen them all.
I love Breakfast
and
Club. I love all the
I can't get
films.
enough.
Yeah.
Breakfast Club is good. Jimmy and I were reciting every line to the movie, and the girls really thought we were being annoying. It was
I
great.
like Michael C. Hall in that film.
Oh my god.
He's
so
solid.
Good.
He gives a solid performance full of dramatic tension.
He's so good. He's so good in it. He's so good
Trisha
in Pretty
Paytas
in Pink
is
too.
Bill, right? Did you hear that?
What?
Trisha Paytas dated him for the longest time.
What?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay, so we have an obsession with YouTube. We are
Can we-
too old for YouTube.
Trisha Paytas is older than me.
Oh, no, I'm not saying we are too old to be viewing YouTube, but
Probably.
I can't get enough. I do love me some Trisha Paytas.
Oh my god, my life
Drama.
revolves around Trisha Paytas.
Do you watch her Snapchats?
It's no good. No, I don't. 'cause
You
I don't
have
an
to watch her
iPhone.
Snapchats because that's how I found out
My
she was
phone-
hanging out with Aaron fucking
I have
Carter.
an Android, and my phone can only have one app on it at a time.
I forgot.
And right now it's MyFitnessPal.
I forgot. You need to upgrade your phone. You need to join the iPhone gang.
But I could talk about Trisha Paytas for 90
too.
minutes. But I won't.
Let's get this going. I'm not sure, but I think my TV turned off, so. Need to. Oh no, it didn't. Okay.
Tell me when you're ready and I'll press play.
Oh. Okay, I'm ready. 1, 2, 3. In the coffee shop again.
At the, what is it called? The Common Perk? Oh,
Central Perk.
Central Perk.
You know, the actual play on words.
The Common Perk.
The Common Park.
Oh boy. Oh man.
So, we addressed before we started recording that the reason that Rachel and Monica's apartment is so big, it's because Monica's grandmother died and it was her apartment. It's rent controlled. They did not tell the landlord that she died and they just moved in.
Mhm.
So that is why her apartment's so big. This is the show's explanation. It does get brought up in later seasons. And if you see the boys' apartment, which I'm sure they'll go, or they did, no, they
It
showed
was one where they were
Ross's
setting up furniture.
apartment.
Oh, they live separately.
So that was at Ross's apartment. Chandler and Joey live across the hall. Ross lives in a building elsewhere.
Separately.
Ross lives separately. Phoebe lives separately.
Gotcha.
Chandler and Joey live across the hall from Rachel and Monica. And Chandler and Joey's apartment is significantly smaller than their
I wonder
apartment.
how they recorded all this footage for the
The
I
intro.
guess they took it all from the first season.
Yeah,
and they
they
have
did.
some of them just like dancing.
They did. That episode with Phoebe and her onesie and drinking is one of my favorite episodes, and it's coming up. there's so many. Like, I can see literally one snippet, and I know
You'll know
everything
exactly.
that happened
See, this
in that
is this episode where he's setting up the exhibit about prehistoric men.
Yes, and they start talking.
What is the
As we
Museum of
start, like, getting
Prehistoric
stuck-
History? Is that a
We
real
get
thing?
sucked into watching the show, so we forget to talk.
Pretty much.
So, the idea of this, I think, what we're trying to do is very similar to the podcast called Tossed Salad and Scrambled Eggs, which is a podcast about Frasier with Jay and Silent Bob, Kevin Smith.
And Jason Mewes.
But it's not Jason Mewes. It's Kevin
Oh.
Smith and Matt. I don't know his last name. I will look it up. But basically,
We'll edit it in.
we'll edit it in, except we probably won't. Let's be honest. We're going to make this as simple as possible.
Right.
So, it is with Matt and Myra. You've probably seen him on other podcasts. We listened to Doug Loves Movies, and he's on Doug Loves Movies.
Okay.
But, so it's Kevin Smith and Matt Myra, and it's about Frasier, and I would say probably like 40 to 60% of it is about Frasier, and the rest of it is just them talking about their feelings about Frasier, as well as other shows and other things.
Nice.
But see, the newest podcast that I've started listening to is the Basement Yard, the one with Joe Santagato. And it's just him talking. And in like 2
we
episodes.
were like, we talk.
We talk, let's record us. In like 2 episodes ago, he was talking about how whenever he gets asked what he does and like why he does it and things like that, he says that he just does what he wants, and he just does what he wants, and he doesn't like go crazy editing, and he doesn't go crazy trying to say the things that like people want to say, like subject lines and things like that. He just does what he wants, and it's not his main source of income, and so whatever.
We just wanted
And
to
I'm
do it
just-
for fun, really.
right.
See
So
if
I'm
it
like, I
works.
just want to do it for fun, see if it like is good.
I have to comment on Chandler's bowling shirts and also Chandler's
Oh, no.
line that killed me. They're watching Three's Companies, and
Mine
this is the episode of
paused and
Three's
it's
Company.
loading.
Oh, you're loading. You're
Oh,
missing
no.
this great part. All right, tell me where you are, and then we'll go back.
Okay. It's still loading, so I don't know what just happened. My
What do you
Wi-Fi
mean
must...
it's loading?
Okay, it
Oh, your
started.
Wi-Fi. Where are you?
Joey just had his leg up and now is smelling his hand, which out of context is not great.
I don't even know.
Monica is... Oh, the bowling shirt is great.
Isn't that a great
Monica
shirt?
is fluffing her pillows.
I just loved Chandler's. This is the episode of Three's Company where there's a misunderstanding.
Yes.
That's
So great. Phoebe actually looks pretty nice.
Mm-hmm.
She looks relatively not crazy.
Monica is
This is when she
wearing
says
a
that
trademark
Monica's being...
90s vest
Yes,
as a top.
as a top. This is when Phoebe says Monica's being floopy, which is the entrance
Yes.
into Phoebe's awesome words.
And can I tell you something about what I think about that?
Hmm.
Have you seen any Shonda Rhimes shows?
Who?
She did like Shonda Rhimes did Grey's Anatomy and How to Get Away with Murder and Scandal. And she does this thing where she makes up words and characters repeat these made up words over and over again, and it's supposed to be this cute thing.
No.
But I feel like she got that from this.
yeah,
Doesn't
well,
Phoebe say like
listen.
Floopy Dippy or something?
I will tell you right now, Friends is going to ruin you for life for sitcoms.
Because everybody steals from
Because
it.
everybody steals from it. Every single
This is a
plot line-
trademark Shonda Rhimes thing. Is like
Yeah, no,
you're
she
being.
stole from
I'm
Phoebe.
trying to think of some of the words like.
One of my favorite
know.
sitcoms, and I'm sure that as this goes on, if we do a few of these, you will realize how just utterly obsessed I am with all sitcoms. I've seen them all. I've watched them all. I try every single one out when it comes on. New Girl.
Mm-hmm.
All about it. Love it.
Yes,
one of
love
my
New
favorite
Girl.
ones. It's actually one of the only ones that Jimmy looks forward to. Like, so we watch that together.
New Girl is fantastic.
It's so good.
It might be just the same kind of... Oh, did they steal something from Friends?
everything from it. Like, it's an updated version of Friends. Like, almost
It's
every
like the
single
same set, but
storyline.
weird.
Yeah, almost every single storyline. Like, the general, like, basic plot of the storyline, if you boil
But
it down
Friends
to,
did
like,
it
2
first.
sentences. Friends did it first. And slightly upsetting, but at the same time, it just shows you how great of a show
The
Friends
characters
is.
are so great on New Girl, too, though.
Totally is. It totally is. And, I mean, things are totally
And
different.
Friends was on for 10 seasons. They probably did everything.
They did everything. They did everything. Mine stopped again. I don't know what's going on with it, but let's just continue.
Okay, I'll tell you what's happening.
It's fine.
Ross
Mine
is
will
in
keep
the house
popping
now.
back in, and I'll just, like,
He found out
update you
that his
later.
lesbian girlfriend is pregnant.
Yes. I mean, I can
Phoebe
probably
found the
follow it along in my head, so...
Okay. We know he's upset because his tie is loose and his sleeves are rolled up.
Yeah. We have to address the that's you have to show the audience the emotions. Oh yeah, I see him. He just came in the door. And Monica's excited and upset because she's excited to have Rachel's skirt though.
Is it a Hawaiian
It's
sarong?
very busy. Can you
I
imagine
feel like the
an
90s did a
outfit?
lot of like, you could wear that as that. It'll be fine.
It'll be fine. Can you imagine? Yeah, like Monica's vest. That definitely needs. It's
You
supposed
can
to
wear a
have
bowling
a
shirt
on.
as a shirt. That's cool.
Oh, also, let's address how wide Ross's tie is.
It's very wide. It's like a joke
It's
tie.
like a joke tie. Like, I immediately
It looks
think
like
of a
he's, like,
clown.
Yeah, he's gonna go be a clown at a birthday party or something.
It makes it a lot worse that it's stripes. Come on, Ross.
Joey's eating the lasagna. Oh, man.
He eats when he's upset.
Okay, so here we're meeting Monica and Ross's parents. These are some pretty famous actors,
Oh, yeah.
right?
See, I'm not that far off. But
I'm gonna pause it for a sec.
It just zoomed in. She just took a bite of the thing that Monica made and she don't like it.
Cucumber sandwich.
She's like, oh, it's cool. It's nice. Let me tell you what. I'm glad I don't have to worry about that. Jimmy's dad is cool, and Jimmy's mom is dead.
Oh, gosh.
And as upsetting as that is, I am glad I don't have to deal with in-laws because both my sisters are married and both of them strongly do not get along with their in-laws.
I've only heard bad things about it.
And my mom didn't get along with her in-laws. I just think that, and my cousin doesn't get along with her boyfriend's parents. I'm grateful. I'm very grateful of that I don't
But those
have
are her
to deal with
parents,
that.
aren't they? Oh, she wants to... She's gonna have them... I'm confused. Is the adoption agency coming over? Why are her parents there?
Because
What are they
they're
eating?
telling them about Ross's
Oh, the pregnancy.
pregnancy.
Who is the actor that plays their dad? That's gonna
I can't think of his name. I'm so bad at names. I'm so bad at names. I guess my whole in-law joke didn't pan out because they aren't in-laws. But
It's okay.
you get it.
Jack Geller. So Ross and Monica's dad is Jack Geller.
Yes. They're the Gellers.
And I
It's
feel like
Chandler Bing, Ross and Monica Geller, Rachel Green.
oh
Phoebe
God, I thought that was the
Buffay.
actor. The actor's name is Elliot Gould.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
a famous
Yes.
character actor.
They're eating spaghetti. Because they couldn't eat the lasagna.
Oh, that's right. Nice pickup.
Now she's leaning on his hand because she's pissed because her parents pick on her, and he's the prodigy child. And so she wants him to tell them so that they can lay off of her.
Right.
And now he's telling
Carol's a
them.
lesbian.
And then they turn around and blame her. Because that's what they do.
That's fun.
The good old guilt trip.
I mean, what a sad sack situation for him
Right?
to be in. It really tells you a lot about how they're going to play this character.
Yeah. I mean, all
His
of them.
girlfriend,
and
which
then-
he just broke up with, is having a baby, having his child, and she's just going to raise it with her new girlfriend.
with her new girlfriend. And he can be involved, but he doesn't
He can
need
be
to
involved if he really wants to be.
I mean, you do get a good, insight into all of their... Because, I mean, you kind of get to feel on Monica's neurosities. What's that word?
Neuroses?
Neuroses. Because her parents have given her so much shit forever that...
Why? Just because it's the way it
Just
is?
because that's the way it is. They've always blamed everything on her, and she's always been kind of, looked
Is she
down
the younger
on.
sister?
Mm-hmm, yeah.
She seems like the older sister. Maybe that's just how he is.
Yeah, and he's the older brother, and he's the firstborn son, and apparently he had, medical problems when he was a baby,
So he's kind of a
and
baby.
so they're, all about him. And she's kind of, left over.
Mhm.
But so you kind of get to develop that character because of that. Oh, and here's another sweet moment between Ross and Rachel.
She's closing alone.
In the dark. Oh, and then she
Right.
gets him to do her work.
Nice, Rachel.
Yeah.
Way to go, girl.
That's how I roll too. Can't tell you how many times I get Jimmy to make my bed. Or do my dishes.
Wouldn't it help if they turned the lights on? They could see all the dirt.
You would
on the
think.
floor.
You would think. Another common sense little problem.
Oh, so they've both... She was the dumper, but he was the dumpy. But they both had a relationships end recently. I forgot about that.
Yes.
What's this angle on her, though?
Oh my god, I almost just freaked out. There's a giant bug on my wall. And
Oh,
I thought
God.
it was a spider because all I saw was legs, and I was about to freak the fuck out.
Is it a crane fly?
It's a stink bug.
Ew.
I know, but he can hang out there for a minute. I'll take care of him later. There's no spider, so I'm not scared of him. So you know all about the Rachel hair.
I've
That's
just
like
heard
a
about the
thing.
haircut being a big thing, yeah.
I had the Rachel haircut.
Did you?
Showed
It's just
it.
a layered, medium-length haircut, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
It's a pretty common haircut for women
medium
now.
length haircut with lots of layers.
Oh, she's laying his head on his hand. He's
Oh.
falling in love more every minute.
He drags over the stool to sit on it because he's so in love with her.
Aw.
I do like her little dress though.
There is a uterus.
Enter
Cross
uteri.
cut too. The model of a pregnant woman's torso.
Cut in half. Oh, and here she is.
Is this her new
The
girlfriend?
lover.
This actress.
Oh, okay, so here's another thing. She changes.
Oh, does she really? That's perfect.
Yes. She is only in, I think,
Much like the new.
the first season. If not this episode. I'm not sure. Might be the first season. This might be the only episode she's in. But when she enters in other episodes, not her, I'm sorry, but
The character.
Carol
Right,
changes.
okay.
Not
Okay.
the girlfriend. The girlfriend actually stays the same throughout all the seasons. His ex-wife changes.
He's picking up all the gynecological tools,
and playing with them.
making sure to get his hands all over them and stuff.
Because I don't know what her name is. Do you know what her name is? Have you seen her in anything?
No, but she
Carol.
looks familiar to me.
See, the second Carol, Carol 2, as we shall call her, Carol Dose.
Hold on, let's find out. Okay, so the first, what's the first? It's the first Carol is the one who changes.
Yes. So that Carol, the Carol, his
So I feel like we should
ex-girlfriend that's
mention
pregnant.
actor names.
Yeah, we should probably get no shit. Oh, here's Rachel with her ex.
So the first actress that plays Carol is Anita Barone,
Who hasn't done anything. We don't know
right.
her. But
and
the
then
second Carol,
Jane Sibbett is the one that
she's in a bunch of stuff.
takes over. This scene, I'm living for this OBGYN scene with him like fumbling all around with all the embryos and it's just
He's
such
just
a
so
ridiculous
uncomfortable.
thing.
The whole situation is
I love that he
just
doesn't have
so
a chair.
Yeah, they didn't prepare for him to come in. Like, they knew. Someone there knew what was going on.
He just looks so uncomfortable.
My mom is
We're talking about
texting
the-
me from downstairs because I'm sure she's just too uncomfortable to come up here because she knows that I'm talking to you. Little does she know we're recording a podcast.
Right. Well, we only have 6 minutes remaining.
I really like her little romper.
It is
Susan's.
cute, yeah. I
Susan's
just love that
romper.
casual look.
Yeah,
That
me
90s
too.
cash.
That 90s cash is just so strong in this show.
It's coming back with the
It
kids.
is coming back. Look at the overalls. The overalls are in again.
I mean, I think that the one style I thought would never come back is probably 90s
Overall.
style. But
Yeah.
everything does.
And those overalls are hardcore in. I was at Target yesterday, or a couple days
Jeez.
ago, and
They're
they
probably
had
like
all kinds of
$50.
overalls. $50 overalls. But they're,
Who is this? Oh, is this the husband that she ran out on? Not ran out on. This is her fiance
Yes,
who she didn't
yes,
go through
yeah.
with.
the dentist. Or no, he's an orthodontist, I think. This kid is great in this show. He's just like Jesus.
Does he come back?
No, he's just great.
No,
in
he's just in this
episode.
one scene.
He's so sarcastic.
I
You
love
got
these.
plugs. And she's like, you got plugs. And oh, this is when you find out he's dating her bridesmaid. Yeah.
Well, you did walk out.
He went on their honeymoon with her.
Oh my gosh.
I know. It's so, cause she's like, you're so tan, and then he has plugs, and so she's like, you got plugs.
I like that these two doctors' offices for these two scenes could probably be in the same building,
Oh,
just
they're
like
totally
sharing
in
a
the-
wall. You know what I mean?
It was probably the same office. They just like
Yeah,
filmed
they're
them
gonna walk
separately.
out and have another meet cute. Their storylines in this episode are like exactly parallel. Ross and Rachel.
Yeah.
She found the engagement ring. Oh, that's right. That's another song. I like the baseball cap on the the door.
Right?
Like, put your
who's
baseball
that? Is
cap
that
on the
kid?
door.
So this is when he is getting super uncomfortable because it's like sinking in for him that they're talking about what last name the baby's gonna have.
Mm-hmm.
And
Why does the girlfriend? How long has she been with this girl? Seems like this is very serious already.
it is. And they're not married yet. They do get married.
Mm-hmm.
And I will say they stay together.
Well, that's good
But
for them if they're happy doing it.
yeah. But they so they're trying to figure out how they're gonna name the baby.
And let me guess, the OBGYN is going to come in and say, it was a false positive.
Oh no, she's pregnant.
Is she really?
Yeah, she's pregnant. his son grows up in the show. It's you know this son. It's what's his name from that show Cody, Zach and Cody on the Disney Channel. Have you ever seen that? It's that kid, the teen. Wait, am I right? Now I have to look it up. It's just looking up all kinds of stuff during this. Whatever. This is the first one. No one's gonna listen to this one.
Yeah. It's just a test.
We are sorting our shit out. Have you listened to, I listen to so many podcasts. Have you listened to My Wife Hates Me?
No, I have to.
I have been telling you about that podcast.
I know.
For
I'm
so
going to download
long.
it and listen to it at work tomorrow.
You have to. So here he's so excited and he's showing
Did
everybody.
you get a VHS tape of the
Yes, he did.
ultrasound?
Yes, he did.
There's a couple jokes about how you can't really tell that it's a baby.
Yeah. I'm looking
Kinda
at
looks like
it's
an
Cole
old potato.
Sprouse. It is. Dylan and Cole Sprouse. You know them, right? The Sweet Life of Zach and Cody. It's
I
the
know them
kids
like
from
by
that.
the way that they look, yeah. Monica is still wearing a dress/tank over top of a t-shirt.
Yeah, that was a big thing then. And I
Yeah.
semi-remember doing that when I was
I
like
do
a
too.
kid.
I definitely remember pants and a dress. I did that a lot.
Yeah. I'm really digging the overalls look. I really think
That
I might
looks good,
invest in a
yeah.
pair of overalls.
Yeah, push the limits.
Those overall look, that'll be good for me.
Wear them to
Her
work.
hair is on point.
But you remember like wearing them, but one would be undone.
Yes, that's the cool way to do it.
And she has a sweatshirt or sweater tied around her waist, and I remember doing that all the time.
Oh.
People don't do that anymore.
No, because it's not cool.
It was never cool.
It was never cool.
All right, we got our 2 episodes.
Yep. So
Netflix, I don't want to continue.
you still think Chandler's your favorite character?
I think so.
He's your favorite guy. Is he your favorite overall character?
Well, I don't know enough about him. I like Phoebe.
Yeah. Phoebe's cool. I will say she's kind of a filler character.
Yeah, I get that
There
vibe from
is
her.
no major plot lines around her until later.
Yeah.
I would say in the second half of the series, her plot lines develop, and you do get invested in her relationships later on. But in the first 5 episodes, her and Joey are kind of just like fillers.
Mm-hmm.
But
I don't know if it's just because it's weird for me to see Lisa Kudrow young and playing an innocent character, because I'm used to The Comeback. Have you seen
no,
The Comeback?
I don't watch that.
It's this show on HBO. She's like a mockumentary style show where she's sort of an aging actress trying to get back in the game.
Yeah, it's on one of these things, isn't it? On Netflix or Hulu?
I'm sure
or
it's on
something?
Hulu or something, but it's so real. It's like an overwhelming amount of realness.
Yeah.
And but yeah, it's fun to see her just goofing around playing with it.
I did watch Web Therapy, a little bit of Web Therapy when that started.
Oh yeah, it's kind of the same thing. I think that maybe it's a spin-off of that.
Web Therapy is pretty funny.
Yeah.
Is it funny?
Oh yeah, it's hilarious.
So I would watch it
But
then.
it's dark.
That's something. I only watch funny things.
Yeah.
I don't watch anything else. If it
Yeah.
doesn't make me laugh, I'm not interested. Unless it's scary. And
That's where we differ though, because I love drama too.
Yeah.
So I'll watch. I mean, right now I'm obsessed with House of Cards. It's my favorite.
Yeah, I can't get into stuff like that. I just
so
I won't
crazy.
let myself get into it because I think of TV as my escape from reality.
I feel you on that though.
And so I only want to watch things that are going to make me laugh
Relax,
and forget about life.
I feel
And my favorite shows are the ones that I can watch enough where eventually I can put them on and go to sleep watching them, which is what I do with Friends. It's what I do with Frasier. It's what I do
That's
with New Girl.
something I forgot. I remember being a kid. Did you ever have a thing when you were a kid and it would be like really late at night and you couldn't sleep or you were sick or something and you would just watch TV and it was like
Yeah.
whatever was on.
Yeah.
Frasier was that for me. Like I would
Frasier,
always have it on
Seinfeld,
if I
and
was
Friends.
sick.
I always watch Nick at
and
Night.
so it just, for some reason, even when I watch Frasier now, I just feel comforted because
Yeah.
it reminds me of that.
Totally. That's exactly how I feel.
Yeah.
With all of those. And I'm kind of getting that way with New Girl now. I'm definitely that way with Broad City.
It's like, this is going to sound corny, but it's like, you know them. They're your characters.
Yeah.
Like, nothing weird's going to happen.
And
you know?
you know that nothing crazy is going to happen. It's not drama. It's not scary.
Right.
It's
You don't
not,
have to
like,
keep up with the
depressing.
story because the stories don't matter.
Right. So you can kind of just like, I get yelled at all the time, and not just by Jimmy, but like previous boyfriends too, where I'll have TV on and they'll be like, can I change the channel? I'll be like, no. And they'll be like, you're not even watching it. And I'm like, yeah, but I'm listening to it.
Yeah, you don't need to watch
Just,
it.
I've seen it. I know the storyline. I just need to listen to it so I can clear my mind and go to sleep.
Yeah.
Just have to.
Yeah, definitely.
Friends is definitely my go-to for that. But I will do it with other shows too, and I've gotten that way with Frasier and New Girl.
Definitely.
I
That's so
love all
funny.
of
It's
those
such a
shows.
vivid, it's one of those like really vivid childhood
Yeah,
things.
totally. I love Frasier. You have to listen to the
Because they played the
podcast.
same shows at night.
Yeah.
Like that was just what they played.
Nick at Night.
Back
man.
in the days where there were only like 60 channels.
Yeah.
I do remember that. It's so funny.
Especially, like, I remember when we used to have, like, a beach house. We had a beach house for, like, 5 years when I was in, like, middle school and high school. And every time we would go to Ocean City, I would just, like, watch those shows
Yeah.
the whole time. It's, like, warm, makes you feel good.
Yeah, it's
But
like you're
those
in
are
their
the kind-
house.
Yeah, those are the kind of shows I like.
Yeah.
I used to have, like, all kinds of, like, back in middle school, I had such a vivid imagination, and I used to, like, pretend to be friends. I used to, like, pretend to have friends like them. I like Chandler. Chandler's my favorite man. For girls, Monica is my favorite, for sure.
I think I just don't know enough about them yet, but I'm sure, like,
Yeah.
I'll learn.
I mean, and, like, I love them all for their different reasons.
Yeah.
But I think I connect the most with Monica. I'm
What
not
does Monica do?
as neurotic. She's a chef.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Is there anything else
Yeah.
we need to talk about? I think we got some good crap.
Yeah.
How long have we been recording?
I don't know. I don't know how to tell. Looks like 1 hour
Yeah.
for me.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, I think that's good. We can stop, try it again. We'll send this to you. We'll see how it goes.
Okay,
I
should we
don't
wrap
know.
up though? Let's say something like,
Something that podcasters say.
yeah. What do they say?
Let me know if you like it.
Oh God.
Let me know
So-
how you really feel, but don't be nice because I don't give a shit.
There we go. That's good.
That's gonna be our go-to ending. Be nice because I don't give a shit, but let me know how you feel.
So thanks for listening to our first episode of TV Guides. We forgot to say what we're called.
Yeah.
We
What did we
covered the
decide
first-
we were gonna call it?
I thought it was TV Guides. Is that?
Yeah, I'm good with that. TV Guides. And then what was our subtitle?
Funny shit only.
Funny shit only. Yes, it's so good.
I'm impressed. With
I'm
ourselves.
impressed with ourselves. It was really good. You gave it to me a second time. I took it in and I was impressed by it.
Nice.
If we ever figure out how to read comments or get it out in public so
iTunes,
that we
yeah.
get comments.
If this is ever heard by
This
human
is
ears.
ever heard by human ears. We look forward to seeing you.
Well, we won't see you, but, you know.
We'll see the comments.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
Bye.
All right.